Hey guys, Happy New Year! It's January 2nd. Your hangovers and food comas should be gone by now. And if you're not back into the daily grind yet, I know I slept in today like it was still a holiday. You're definitely thinking about all of the things that you want to do this year. So, a new year, we have a new decade, brings up all the feelings of a fresh start and possibilities, which is great. But I want to make sure that you're actually hitting those goals, planning those goals, so that you haven't completely forgotten them come February and you're not writing the exact same goals down come January 2021. So, I'm sharing this super simple practice on how to set your goals so that you know exactly what to do to achieve them and literally make them impossible to forget. So, step one, focus on your top goals. So having too many goals will lead to overwhelm, which will lead to you giving up and giving in to Netflix before you've even started. So if you have a bunch of ideas in your head, maybe do a brain dump on a piece of paper and really look at what are the most important goals to you, which will have the biggest impact on your life, and which goals are you actually willing to do the work for, because spoiler alert, the best things will require action on your part. So, for example, like having a six pack has always been one of those goals for me that sounds nice, but I never actually really achieve it because it just doesn't mean that much to me. I'm not willing to do the work for it. I personally don't consider the reward big enough to actually say no to things like cheesy nachos when I want them, right? So, of course, being healthy is important to me, and maybe eating junk food in moderation is important to me, but completely cutting them out, completely cutting out carbs and sugars, or working out every day, or literally whatever it takes to achieve washboard abs, clearly I don't know, just isn't a meaningful enough goal for me to do the work required to achieve it. So, only choose to focus on a few, maybe like max three really important key goals where the outcome is so important to you, the why you want them is so strong that it's going to push you to show up, do the work, even when you're tired, you're not in the mood, because your why just is that strong and you know that it's an important goal and doing the work is going to be worth it in the end. So focus on a few key goals with strong whys behind them. Step two, break them down into smaller monthly action steps that, if followed, will lead to your big goal. So I created a workbook for you guys to follow along, and it really helps to break this down into monthly action steps. So you can download it for free at elisereality.com/goals. And I'll also link it wherever you're watching this too. So, for example, maybe your goal is to start a business and quit your 9 to 5. Great. But now what are you actually going to do? What are you actually going to do today, tomorrow, February, March to actually get to that goal, right? So be realistic with your time here too. So, because the more you pile on too quickly, the more likely you are to fall behind, to get overwhelmed, and get discouraged before you even start to see any progress. So, for example, going back to the big goal, let's say it's start a new business and quit your 9 to 5. So maybe month one, your goal or your action step is just to get clear on your business idea. So, what are you going to offer? How are you going to help people? Maybe some specific action steps are do research on your business topic. Look at doing good online creep on some people already doing what you want to be doing. What are they offering? What are their prices? How do they advertise? What type of clients do they get? So just get really clear on these type of things. Maybe it's hiring a business coach, to help you get over the learning curve a bit faster if you do want faster results, a little less trial and error, right? So make that month one. Month two could be start speaking to ideal clients on social media. Maybe you just make an Instagram account for your new business and you start interacting with people who would be your ideal clients to help you develop your products, your offerings, your services, whatever it's going to be. So find out, what does your ideal client actually need help with? Instead of creating a bunch of products and offers you think people will want, actually get talking to them. What are their biggest struggles? What are their biggest hangups? What services would they pay for? How much are they willing to pay for these services? So this is going to do two things. So one, you're doing great market research for your business, for your products, and two, you're building relationships with people who could be your first customers. So, they're going to see that you actually care. They're going to see that you actually want to help. And if they are an ideal client, once your offer is ready, it's just going to be like a no-brainer. It's probably going to end up being exactly what they're looking for. So that could be month 2, getting, starting to build some relationships, getting really clear on your offer. And then month 3, your goal could be to launch your business. Actually offer your course, actually offer your program, get that PayPal button ready. People, can check out now. You are in business. And then month 4 could be, automate lead gen. How are you going to automate growth in your business? So, because you're definitely still working your 9 to 5 at this point. We haven't fully replaced your income yet. You might even have a client or 2 at this point. So, your time is really getting limited here. And it's a good time to, if you haven't already, implement some automation in your business so that your business is growing, your audience is growing, and ultimately your income is growing on autopilot, right? Month 5. So now, we have a business, we know what we're offering, we've been speaking to clients, we maybe even working with some clients, we're building our audience, we're doing all the right things. Now, month 5, you probably want to get into the specifics, right? So really working towards replacing your 9 to 5 income. So what do those numbers look like? Let's really break it down, right? So start to work backwards. Let's say, for example, your salary is $60K a year. So that means you make about $5K a month. So how many clients do you need to replace this $5K a month in your business? So let's say your offer, you're just starting out, it's $500. So that means you need 10 clients a month to replace your 9 to 5 income. Okay, great. So now where are you going to find these 10 clients? So depending on your business, what you're offering, this could look like a few different things. So, maybe if it's a one-on-one program, you're going to offer discovery calls. And so maybe your goal should be in month 5, booking, 20 discovery calls so that if you're closing about 50% of them, that means you have 10 new clients that month. Or if it's more of an online course, something you're not really working one-on-one with people, you're going to close them on an email list. So an email list is going to close typically in the 1 to 3% range. So you probably want about 1,000 people, right? Because 1% of 1,000 people on your email list will turn into 10 clients, 10 closed clients, customers, whatever it is in your business. So the more specific you can get, the more likely you are to hit your goals. So really think about this, really get super specific. And if you have any questions, like specifically if this is your goal, if you have any questions, shoot me a message, a comment, a DM. I'd love to help you out with the nitty-gritty numbers of these things. But basically, get really specific. Break down the big scary goal into monthly action steps where if you just follow along and you do these things that you planned out to do every month, it's going to lead to you achieving that goal at the end of the year or, 3 months or 6 months, depending how big of a goal it is. But you know exactly what you're doing in order to get you from point A now to point B, goal achieved. So super specific. Again, download the workbook. It's going to make it really easy to follow along. Get really specific on each month. It gives you a little breakdown of breaking down your big goal into monthly goals. So again, that's alisareality.com/goals. Number 3. So write down your goals daily. I know this might seem like a lot of work, but it literally takes 1 minute, right? Like if you have 3 big goals that you just set, it's literally going to take you 1 minute to write them down on your journal. Makes it really easy. Just keep it by your bed. Make it the first thing you do in the morning, last thing you do at night, whatever is going to work for you. Just be consistent about it, because when you do this consistently, I promise you the impact will be, you won't believe it. So another thing too is write them down as if it's already happened, right? So instead of writing, I want to quit my job in 2020 and work for myself, write it as if it's already true and as specific and detailed as possible. So in June 2020, I am making 6K in my business, enough to replace my income and leave my 9-to-5 job. Boom. Write this down every single day in your journal, along with any other of those big, main, important goals to you. Because daily goal and affirmation writing will keep your dreams top of mind and into your subconscious, where it's going to start to work double time for you, which that could be a whole other video, so I won't get into it. But yeah, download the workbook, guys, elisereality.com/goals. Let me know your questions. I can't wait to see you all crush your goals in 2020.